We seem to get stuck in the mud and are losing traction. How do we get senior management to try something new?
Okay. That is a fantastic question. There's a couple things that I really see in our industry. One is that it's moving forward. The contact center industry is moving forward very, very rapidly. And we've got two perspectives. One is the technology perspective, which we're moving at Mach 10. We're seeing the technology evolve and evolve. And then, of course, the other part is our leadership, our skills, how we lead, our strategies. And especially in the work at home and hybrid models, executives aren't moving as fast as they are in the technology realm. And so what's happened is you see these executive teams sort of stuck in the mud and doing 20th century types of strategies. Hey, it's worked for us for 20 years. Why not keep doing it? You have to understand where your executives are coming from and why they're stuck in the mud. And then I can also show you or give you an example of what you can do to get them unstuck. First, you have to realize that they're risk adverse. Okay. They don't want to take a lot of risks because there's a lot of pressure to actually hit those numbers. And so your job is to help the executives in charge of your division to hit the numbers. Now, the ones that they're really looking for is how to bring in more revenue. And that could be CSATs, first call resolution, repeat business, sales conversion, depending on what type of contact center you're working in. And the other piece, of course, are labor costs, how to keep the labor costs down. So those are the two areas that you want to pick a KPI and back at this with this great new idea to try. And what I would recommend is that you put together one of your teams or two teams, like two team leaders and their teams, and put together maybe a 3 or 4 slide PowerPoint presentation. And here's what you want to cover. What's the challenge? Why is it painful? And what you can do about it. And then you sort of lay that out. Very simple. If you can't get through that in 5 minutes or less, you need to go back to the drawing board and really concise down what you're gonna talk about. And then you also want to give them the time frame, a week, 2, 4 weeks. Make it a short period of time so the risk is not so high. And then you do it in 1 team or 2. This is not the time to do, we did a brand new piece of software and it's going to cost $1.5 million. And you use what I have in my book. It's tool number 11. It's a pilot program tool. It's harness new tools and how to build a leadership bench. Because what you're doing when you're doing these pilot programs is your pseudo leadership is going to rise to the top. And you're also going to be getting the employees in those team or in that team engaged to measure their own stats, measure where they're at. Then you want to give a 1 to 2 line update every other day. And then once a week, you give an update on that pilot to your executive, whoever's above you and their level above them. When you do that, you're going to move very quickly and be able to see if you're getting traction. If it's not getting traction, it's okay. I mean, not every idea works, and that's okay. You tell them why you're ending it. But they're more apt to do something if you can do it in a small test group in a short period of time and give them those updates. They just need to know what's going on. And the challenge with work at home, of course, is they can't see you. So they can't look across the floor or come down from upstairs and walk out and know what's going on. You have to feed them that information. I hope that helped. That's what I would do. And that's what I recommend my teams to do to bring new ideas to the forefront, because your front lines have fantastic ideas. They know the customer base and the systems and the processes better than any executive would.